Listen, so excited, you know, probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe even longer than that. Uh, I popped in a session of New England Business Alliance. Actually met a few folks there. Alicia was with us there, right? Lee, I ended up meeting, I think, when Alicia was speaking, right? And then I started following Lee. He does these amazing live sessions, guys, on LinkedIn and stuff, and they're not like they're not like hour long. They're just brief moments of let me share with you some things, right? And had reached out to him a couple months ago, say, hey, love to see if we can get you on Coffee Connect and really present a nice topic. And since we are so much hard networking, connecting type people, I said, you got to talk about relationships. And so, guys, without any further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Coach Lee Hopkins, talking about stop networking and start connecting. It's all yours, Lee. You're muted. You're muted.
I said all the important things. You missed all of it. Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee, and I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to do, let's see, there we go. Share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm going to share this presentation with you, and I want some interaction. So if you can't see your chat, prepare, because I'm going to ask you to put something in it. Okay, ready? All right, this is Empower Business Networking, build know, like, and trust factor with ease. This is the key to networking, to meeting new people. When you leave this presentation, you're going to be empowered with all kinds of amazing skills to draw people in towards you, to provide massive value to these people. All right, ready? Sounds good? Let's go. I see some head shakes, nods. This is me, Coach Lee Hopkins, a social connections and business culture coach. And when I first started my business, I hired a business coach, and they stayed with me to help me get started, to help me get a bit of clarity around what I needed. But overall, they didn't teach me how to network, how to build my business. The key piece of the building your business is meeting new people and describing and telling people the value of your services, building those relationships. It's not about selling to them, but it's about articulating the value that you get. And I didn't get a single sale because I didn't know this. It's only when I started networking that I got my first 2 clients. And I didn't have to sell to anybody. They just knew me, liked me, referred those people to me who knew what I did. And so that's really, really key to connecting with people, really, really key to growing your business or finding a job or whatever it is that you need from your network. It's building those relationships. All right, so I have a quick poll for you. Quick poll. I want to be able to support you and give you the information that you need to be successful on whatever business journey you are doing. So the quick poll is for these questions: for what's the most important topics to discuss when it comes to networking, when building relationships? Is it 1, describing your business clearly and concisely? Or if you're looking for a position, a new role, what is the position that you want to describe clearly and concisely? How to discover who your referral partners are. So who are those people out there who might give you a job or who might be able to introduce you to someone who can get you a job? Do you want to learn more about how to ask for referrals or introductions? How about maintaining a relationship after networking? Put it in the chat 1, 2, 3, or 4. Put in the chat 1, 2, 3, or 4. What's the most important to you? What do you struggle with mostly? What would you like to learn more about? All of the above. All of the above. All right, you're in the right place. For maintaining a relationship after networking, that is really very important to be able to talk to people afterward. All of them, I see 2, 4. I see order operations 3, 4, 2, and 1. 2, whichever is currently weakest link, is the most important topic that day. Depends. Okay. 4, I like that. 3 and 4. All right. So a lot of 4s. I'd say a lot of 4s is maintaining that relationship afterwards. Maintaining. And that's really important. You don't just want to say hi and bye and never see them again. You have to keep that relationship going so they know what you do and who you are. So it's a good thing. We're going to talk about all those things today. We're going to talk about all of them today. So the agenda here is to talk about value-based networking. We're going to cover value-based networking. There's networking that's not directly selling to your clients. And there's a purpose in networking that's just more than meeting and talking to new people. You have to maintain that relationship. And if you feel intimidated by networking because you don't think you have any value, that's one of the things that stops people from networking. If I don't have anything to share with them, then why would they ever want to talk to me? Why would they ever want to help me if I can't help them? But the good news is that you all have something amazing to share. And by the end of this, you're going to leave with 5 ways to share with people. We're going to talk about discovering your ideal referral partners. Who are those people that may be able to help you? Everybody wants to just go out there and believe everybody wants to, but everybody may not be in a position to. But who are those people who are in a position to? We're going to talk about that. And then building authentic rapport, especially in virtual networking events. How do you build that rapport with others? And then finally, virtual networking etiquette that's going to get you um, visualized or attention. That's the word I'm looking for, visualize, but attention. So people will remember you. All right, so before I talk about those things, let's talk about these networking phases. And then after I talk about these networking phases, we'll break you out into groups so that you can talk about what we discussed so far. All right, so networking phases, I've categorized them based on my journey into 3 different phases. The first phase is the discovery phase. What the discovery phase is if you are new at this. Everybody goes into discovery phase when they're learning something new at networking. They don't know who they're trying to talk to. They don't know what they're doing at networking events. They perhaps have just been told, I need to network. Got it. Okay, I'm here. What do I do? What do I say? Who do I talk to? If you're in this phase, our objective is to get out of it as soon as possible because we don't want to spend too much time just wandering around, not sure what we're doing. So I'm hoping in this presentation, you'll get those skills to move out of this phase. The next phase we have is the intentional phase, where you enter networking events and you go to ones that are specifically there to meet your needs. You know what you're looking for, and you also know the value that you bring. You know how you can help other people, and you're pretty good at spotting other people who might be able to help you serve a need. You might be able to find those people. You're pretty good at finding your collaboration partners. And then we finally have your strategic networkers. Those people are absolutely stunning and they're amazing. They go into networking events with confidence, understanding what value they can provide, but not only what value that they themselves can provide, but potential introductions to make for each other. Potential introductions. They know how to play the long game too and build that relationship, and know how to develop the relationship and offer value. Like go right for it. They're not afraid to put their selves out there. So you might be in the discovery phase, the intentional phase, and moving towards the strategic phase. But this is where I'd like to stop, and then we'll come back and talk about it's appropriate for a breakout session right now, is it right?
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
you want to do, man, it's yours. So we want to talk about what phase we believe we're in.
Yes. What phase that you believe you're in and why. Some of those, what phase you believe you're in and why. What have you done? What were some of your experiences out there in the world that would say, yes, I'm in the discovery phase. I'm not quite sure. I'm being intentional about where I'm networking, or you're being super strategic because you know who you can connect another person with that would provide value.
Awesome, guys. I got 10:15. I've got the breakout rooms getting ready to be open. We're going to go for about 9 minutes. I will see you back here shortly. Keep in mind, as we come back, we are all muted again. So if you need to chime in, please unmute yourselves.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, who's in the intention or discovery phase? Anyone will self-identify. If you want to drop it in the chat, that's fine.
Mr. Bruce?
Just because of job search.
Okay.
Job search kind of puts you back into that discovery phase anyhow.
Because it's new. It's the job market, the way people search for jobs changes. It's It's supposed to be not what you know, but who you know. Where are these people that you know? Maybe you need to look on LinkedIn, or you need some kind of automation. People are constantly talking about how do you find a job? It's changing all the time. So it's going to be new. I saw head nod. So yeah, cool. Mix
I would also
between.
say the same thing. So that's kind of where I'm at too. Is I've we're a 6 month kind of journey of transition. It's been kind of oscillating between discovery and intentional, and then what's kind of cool is eventually it gets to kind of strategic, where again you can kind of inform some you're talking with, and connect them with others that you know you've networked with recently. So it kind of goes, kind of runs the gamut, in my opinion, as you go through this and get a little bit more seasoned with it.
Yeah, I would say so too. Anyone else want to have one more comment before we continue?
I'd say in different aspects of my life right now, I'm doing all three. In one, I'm trying to recruit for a church group. So I'm trying to find people, and then the other one, I'm a volunteer job coach, so people are finding me. So it kind of, and then you can weave, you can weave all three of those through there.
Absolutely. It just depends on, I suppose, what you're looking for. It's the idea of what am I looking for in these spaces? Do I know how to get to those spaces? And thank you so much for everybody who commented in the chat too. Largely intentional while taking slow steps, strategic towards strategic, Jeff. Appreciate that, sharing this. A mix between intentional and strategic. A lot of people, I've seen a couple of people, both Jeffs have given it a thumbs up for Shannon. So let's continue on with this here, shall we? All right, we were at these networking phases. Can you see my screen? Is it sharing?
Yep.
Okay, great. Now we're going to talk about the discovery phase, and if you're here, how to get out of it. How to get out of it. Your primary objectives are to learn these four things. One, how you provide value. I know value is a bit of a buzzword. I've been saying it, value, 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 but value doesn't mean monetary exchange. Value could be any number of things, and we're going to get to that. But we want to shift that mindset around value. Two, who wants your services? Who wants to hire you? Who is looking for you? You need to know that in order to be out of this discovery phase. What do they sound like? What situations do they find themselves in? Three, how to describe your services. And if you're looking for a job, basically how to describe what it is that you do very well. What can you do? So you have to be able to clearly and concisely state what you do in a way that the person you're talking to understands it. How are you successful in what you do? For example, I help people make more meaningful relationships in their personal and professional life. It's short, it's memorable, but everyone said you need some kind of pitch. You've probably heard this before. You need a pitch. So describe your services in a clear, concise, kind way. And the last one is how to determine others' value. So perhaps you'll be strategic or more intentional because you know who needs this particular service that you provide or this particular skill that you provide. And you can kind of see by the way you talk, by the way they talk. But you also know that perhaps if you're at an HR event and you're looking for a job, then you're likely knowing that these people are looking to hire you. Something, or a job fair or career fair. It's determining how that other person can help you. And I know I say value there, but it's how they can help you. So knowing those things is going to help you get out of the discovery phase. That's what you need to know. All right, so let's talk about value-based networking. By the end of this little block here, you're going to discover 5 ways you can provide value to the person that you're networking with. Because when people see you providing value, they're going to be lit up by the fact that you've given them something and they're going to remember you. That is the key with this value-based networking. It's not giving to your exhaustion, but it's naturally doing the thing that you do. It's sharing some information that you have and so forth. We're going to talk about 5 ways to do this, 5 potential ways that you can do this when you're networking. 1, collaboration. So you can collaborate with people. If you're networking and you're looking for business partners, other professionals, you can collaborate on projects, joint ventures, and mutually beneficial partnerships that can expand the business offerings. So if you run into someone who has a podcast, or if you have a podcast, you can do a podcast swap. Or if you run into someone who is a coach like you can do an event together to boost up your visibility to both and share each other's audiences. So collaboration works. I have used collaboration. I do 2 events a year. I organize a social connection summit that's happening in September. I've looked for coaches to help me organize this event, and they've been more than happy to, because it helps lift their profile too. So things like that. Brand awareness. You can help people with brand awareness. And I know this is skewed towards entrepreneurs. So those of you who are looking for some positions or are looking for jobs, I'd love to hear how this might apply to you as well. Like brand awareness. You are your brand. You are your brand. You are your brand. So and you can help anyone that you meet on a networking call, virtual networking. You can help anyone increase their brand awareness, the visibility. And you can do this by simply interacting with them on social media. It's so easy because there are so many entrepreneurs out there who aren't getting the likes, who aren't getting comments. You can raise their brand awareness simply by commenting, simply by sharing, and they will remember you because there are 0 comments on their post. They will remember you. If you put something that is enlightening and interesting, it raises awareness about what they do as well as you. It's a win-win situation. So that's one way that's another way you can provide difference. In the job search, Jeff says, it is buzz. You need to meet this person sense. Okay. You need to meet this person. So brand awareness is be so engaging and interesting that people tell you that you have to meet this. People talk about you when you're not in rooms. You're not in those rooms. They talk about you. I say you need to meet this person. So build that awareness. Thank you. The next one is professional development. How can you provide support for others? Value professional development. You're an expert in something. You're an expert, so you can tap into your knowledge and share some advice, some resources, information that may be valuable for them. And I want to caution you with this is that you just don't go telling people, I got the information, I can support you. This is what you need to do. Thank you so much, Shannon. We'll see you next time. This is what you need to do. This is how it needs to work. You don't want to do that because people will be offended. You want to be able to share information, but ask for permission first. So if you have your skills and someone is trying to break into a market of, I don't know, AI and analytics, and maybe you know a thing or two about it, then you can share with them that professional development. You're providing some value. They'll go along and they'll say, hey, that's fantastic. Look at this person. Jeff has just helped me out so much. I have to tell everybody about him. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. So that's another way you can provide value. Another one is support and engagement. I don't know what kind of life you all are living, but I know it can be hard. My life isn't just easy peasy. And especially as an entrepreneur, you're grinding out there looking for a job. You're grinding out there, sending out resumes and talking to people, shaking hands, going to networking events. You can get frustrated. You can get frustrated and discouraged. And support and encouragement is always needed in these times. Support and encouragement is always needed. I lost the client deal. I thought it was going to close and I didn't. I'm scared. You know, entrepreneurs, we want somebody to understand us. We don't want someone to say, look, you just no need to get a job. I'm like, no, that's not the direction that I'm heading. Thank you so much. Or if you've got somebody who, or if you're a person who's out there looking for position and you're trying all the avenues, you're watching the videos, you're listening to the career advices, you're sending out resumes constantly, you're not getting any hits, it can be really discouraging. So if you were a person who says, hey, look, I understand how it is. I've been through it too. It's hard. Believe me, in the world full of people who are not telling them that or giving them up or discouraging them, you are going to be a bright, shining light for this person. So support and encouragement for any challenge that they have is going to be helpful. The next one that I have here for you is marketing insights and feedback. And this one was really particularly important and special to me because someone gave me marketing insight and feedback that I didn't know that I needed. So once upon a time, I used to call myself a friendship coach, and people would just turn away from me. They hated the idea of me being a friendship coach because it signaled to them that they had a problem with making friends, which is true, but it felt like I was blaming them or they had shame activated or something, and they just didn't want to talk to me at all. And it wasn't until I sat down with someone on a networking call who said, hey, I would be your potential client, but this is why I'm not. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. I had no idea that I was pushing away the people that I wanted to help. And so I changed my name, Social Connections and Business Culture Coach. I changed my name, and you can be that person too. If you run into someone or meet someone who has a service that might be interesting to you, you can feel free to share that information with them. Hey, look, I don't get what you really do. It sounds interesting, but I don't get what you really do. Here's what might sell me. That would be helpful to them. And you've helped them make more money. You've helped them in their journey. You've helped them however they're going to build their services because of you made that pivotal change. So the idea is that you have value just in your life experience. You can collaborate. You can do brand awareness by simply just liking and commenting on posts. Professional development, if you have ideas and expertise that you see that they need and they're interested in that, share that. Support and encouragement. Everyone has a bad day and they need some support. And marketing insights and feedback. All right, with that,
Dave's got a question.
I'm going to stop right there. Dave.
Those are great ideas. It seems like there's a common thread to all of them. Caring and inquisitiveness. If you go in with those two things, all of those fit. You're looking outward rather than inward. And everything you've said highlights that. And that's really a frame of mind. I think that is kind of like the catalyst to make all those things you just said work.
Absolutely. Dave, that's spot on. You really do need that curiosity and that, yes. And what was the other word that you used? Because those aren't in my vocabulary.
Inquisitiveness.
Inquisitiveness. Yes. The giver's mindset. Yes. Those ideas. You want to go out there and you want to be able to give, but don't forget also that you're looking for something too. You're looking to create this connection. It's not just give, 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 and hope, hope, hope. You do have to have an intention behind doing this. You want to talk to the right people who can support you, not just everybody. Not just everybody. So that's the important piece of it. Okay. So with that said, I see Brenda shaking her head like, yes, thank you so much, Brenda. I appreciate your, that's all. If you're shaking your head you're on page 2, I'm sorry, I don't see you. I moved to page 2 now, I see you. So we go into breakout rooms again. Can we do that once more?
We sure can.
All right, and then talk about those 5 ways. I'll drop them in the chat. Those 5 ways, I had to type them, that you can, when you're in networking with people, how can you do one of those 5, at least one of those 5 things?
Awesome.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I hope that you had a fantastic time talking about some of those ways that you can collaborate, raise a brand awareness, or professional development. Did anyone have anything? I dropped those 5 in the chat again. Does anyone have anything that particularly jumped out at them, a great idea they've heard or want to share about any of those 5 things?
Yeah, I talked to, we had Dave and Carissa was in my group, and somebody asked me one time, I said, how is it you can go to a networking event, right? And it doesn't matter who you go up and talk to, like instantly your mind is able to work and start doing whatever it needs to do, whether it be collaborate or help them with brand awareness or just support and encouragement. And I said, it's really like, it's a muscle, and that's all it is, right? And the more you exercise that muscle, the easier it becomes to utilize it, right? And put it into effect to bring value to other people. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that 100% is practice, practice, be in that space knowing that you want to practice. Active listen to others with a new beginner's mindset, a new experience. With the beginner's mindset, new experience. Absolutely. Do you want to actively listen to people? You want to learn more about how you can help them because you have your 5 tools. You know which one which one do you pull out of your tool belt to help them? That's the key. That's one of the key things that helps you um get out of discovery and into intentional. So with that, I have one more segment to share with you all. And we're going to start right here. So I want to talk about how to put all this stuff together. The know, like, and trust factor. You can all see my screen, right? Yes. Know, like, and trust. We've heard this. Build know, like, and trust factor. And how do you do that quickly? Well, remember the different opportunities that you have to provide value. They are going to like you. They're going to like you because you have helped them solve a problem. That's where you want to be. Collaboration, brand awareness, professional support, support and encouragement, marketing insights and feedback, however you can support them. Is there a slide? Is there not a slide? Am I not sharing?
I see the slide.
Yeah, I see. I see. I guess we have better computers.
Okay.
Is there 2 windows in your Zoom that you're not seeing the right one?
Well, I'm making sure I'm sharing. Okay.
Not you, not you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not
Those
me.
who-
Not me. Not me. Okay. Yeah.
Those who can't see it are there 2 windows within your Zoom that you're not seeing the shared?
Not have 2 windows open, but I was seeing all the other ones before.
Okay.
I can,
Let's just, for the sake of it, let's do this reshare and see what it looks like.
There we
Better?
go.
Oh, I see Chris's thumbs go up too. Must have had the same issue, maybe. All right, great. I'm glad that you spoke up. So remember the different opportunities to provide value is they're gonna like you and they're gonna like you. Get to know them. They're gonna like you for that. Build authentic rapport. So I talk about this as going into a one-on-one networking or one-on-one conversation. Always, always, always research the person that you are meeting with. You want to learn as much about them as possible so that you can help them and provide value to them. If you are in discovery phase, you will go to this event or you'll go to this one-on-one coffee connection with them and then start learning about them that way. But then you will miss the opportunity to actually get support from them if you need it, because you've spent, just imagine a 30-minute call, because you spent maybe 15 minutes getting to know each other and you haven't moved into business. You're not intentional about it. So I always, always, always recommend that you research them. You might find that they've gone to a similar high school or a similar college or have a similar interest, and you can connect on that right away as a human and then start talking about the business aspects. So remember that, build authentic rapport by researching them and getting to know a bit about them before. Compliment something that they do on social media when you talk to them. I see some stuff in the comments. I see it. Okay, good. Research the person that is interviewing you prior to the interview too. Right on, Bruce. Yes. Did you want to build that rapport with them too? The next thing is demonstrate trustworthiness and competency. So this is the trust piece. And I know it's not going to click right away. I mean, it's going to prove over time. But the thing that I like to do to build trust right away and competency right away is after I've had a one-on-one conversation with someone, if I've identified some way that I can help them, I plan to take action on their behalf and then do it. So I tell them I'm going to introduce them to another person, or I invite them to an event, or I tell them I'm going to show up at one of their events and then I do it. Particularly when you want to introduce other people, another thing to make this more potent and powerful is to say that I'm going to do it within a certain time frame. You can expect an email from me in 48 hours or by the end of the day, and then I actually do it. It demonstrates that I have control over my calendar, and when I say I'm going to do something, you can expect it to be done in a certain time frame. It's a small gesture, but it really sticks out to those people who just are super busy, who are just not sure who to trust, who don't want to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks. They have certainty with you and they will come back to you because they know that you're organized. So that's how you can demonstrate trustworthiness and competency quickly. All right. So we're going to talk about these Q&A quality meetings. Quality meetings. So how do you identify quality meetings? You're out there, you're networking with people. How do you identify quality meetings? Well, they talk about relationships rather than leads. That sounds like a place that we're at right now. They encourage one-on-one conversations with others. That also sounds like a place we are right now. They also talk about supporting each other. Rodney, what have you done here? Why are you creating this supportive environment for people? It's a quality networking meeting where we're connecting with people here. And they also talk about supporting each other. So if you're in this quality networking meeting, you want to get to know each other, encourage those one-on-one conversations, get to know how you can support each other. But also, if you're looking for places, you can go on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, word of mouth. I highly recommend that you do this and try this if you're in this discovery phase and you're not sure about what you're looking for. Also in the intentional phase, if you're kind of intentional about getting to these places, then go to those places. And I don't want you to sneeze at LinkedIn either. They have really great quality events where they do audio events. It doesn't mean that you have to be on camera, but you can go to these audio events and contribute something to the conversation, connect with people at the conversation, during the conversation. So do those things if you're looking for networking events. And the last thing I'll do is I'm going to plug mine and share. We do all of that at the CEO's Networking in the first Thursdays of the month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you'd like to join us, I'll drop the information in the chat. If you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me and practice some of these skills that we've just talked about right here, I practice what I preach. I'd love to be able to provide value to you because as I know, if I can help you, you will remember me. My hope is, and if you don't remember me, at least for me, intrinsically, I'm satisfied because I was able to help. And if I wasn't able to help, I met a cool person. All right. So with that, I'm going to stop my share. I'll drop the information in the chat and I will hand it over to Rodney.
Awesome. Give it up for Lee Hopkins, everyone. God, man, that was $1 million session today, guys. That was $1 million session.
Thank you.
So much great information, and now it's a matter of we got to get to the gym and exercise those muscles, right? And go out and do what we do best, which is meet and connect and link folks to resources and value that's going to bring good things in their life. Thank you so much, Lee.